What's going on YouTube? I'm giving you guys optimized Armed Dragons and Master Duel because I know most of my community comes from Master Duel, so I don't want to just leave you guys behind, but I will say I'm very much losing my interest in this game because the format is genuinely unplayable. We got bots everywhere, we got Sword Soul players and nothing else. It's honestly just not a good time, so I am going to be putting down Master Duel for the most part after this until something happens to spark life in this game, but in the meantime, this is the best Armed Dragon deck that you can possibly build in my personal opinion. We're back on the Buster Lock. I think this build is just a lot better suited for the meta, and I think it's a lot more fun to play. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you don't know anything about Armed Dragons, let me catch you up real quick. The entire deck is pretty much Pile Turbo. Pile Armed Dragon is the main dude in this deck, so he gets to special summon himself by sending an Armed Dragon from your hand to grave as cost, and then he'll send an Armed Dragon from deck to grave as cost to boost the attack of a monster on the field. You don't care about the attack boost, you just care about the cost of sending Armed Dragons, because when these Armed Dragon Thunder monsters get sent to the graveyard, they're going to activate their effect to search for a new card. So level 3 will draw you one, level 5 will search for a level 5 or higher Wind Dragon, 7 will search for any Armed Dragon card. The important one here is the level 5 searching for a Tempest, because Tempest is a free special summon, it's a free level 7, so you can go into your Galaxy Tomahawk, and that is full combo. If you're unfamiliar with Galaxy Tomahawk, all it does is special summon 5 tokens as long as you're summoning it in the extra monster zone. So yeah, it's a hell of a link climb fodder. And you have a bunch of ways to get into Pile Armed Dragon. The Armed Dragons can level up by sending a monster from hand to grave as cost, and send themselves to grave. Then they'll level up, so 3 can go into 5. 5 can go into 7, but what you want to do is go from 5 to Pile. You can also special summon the level 3 with Armed Dragon Flash. You can also special summon the 5 from normal summoning Artillery Catapult, Turtle, skipping a discard. So there's plenty of ways to get into Pile if you don't open him up. Also, you can just search him off of level 7 or level 5's effect if you want to do it that way. Like let's say you normal summon level 3, discard 7 for cost, and your level 3 gets negated. Typically people try and negate the summons because they are unfamiliar with the deck. So there are just a bunch of ways to get into your Pile Armed Dragon, making this deck relatively consistent. So what about the Tomahawk combo? Well, the Tomahawk combo is going to get you an IP Masquerena. She can link summon during your opponent's turn, so you can link summon into stuff like Knightmare Unicorn to shuffle a card back into the deck. You can link into Apollousa for a couple of monster negates, and you can go into plenty of other stuff, but the main one is going to be Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avramax, because when IP Masquerena link summons a monster, that monster who used her as material is indestructible, and this guy's also untargetable, and he gains the attack of anything he battles with as long as it's a special summon monster. So he is very, very difficult to out, and if they do manage to out him somehow, he does get to shuffle something back into the deck non-targeting. So he's a really powerful boss monster. But that's not even the important part about Tomahawk. Tomahawk is going to get you into Union Carrier, who can equip one of your Armed Dragons or one of your Link monsters with the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. This guy, when equipped to one of your monsters, is going to lock your opponent entirely out of the extra deck, so they won't be able to summon from there, and this is just game ending for the most part. You have plenty of targets for this as long as it's a dragon or a dark monster, so you can go with one of your Armed Dragons like your Pile Armed Dragon, but the best Armed Dragon by far to equip it to is your Armed Dragon Thunder level 10. A lot of the times you are going to be able to summon him on top of the Tomahawk. All you have to do is discard a monster with level 7 to get into him. This can be done with a Return of the Dragon Lords. This is just Monster Reborn for level 7 dragons, and it protects them from destruction when you do that. And then of course you have the Monster Reborn itself. But Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 cannot be destroyed by battle, you cannot take control of it, and he has a quick effect to pop something during your opponent's turn, and he discards a card to do it, which is actually a good thing, because when you send 7 to grave, you're usually searching lightning. This will give you an Armed Dragon back into your hand, so you give Thunder level 10 something to discard, and that can give you a good follow-up search like Pile, because it was discarded for the activation of a dragon. However, if you have absolutely no gas for your combo at all, and you can only do the Pile Armed Dragon combo and nothing else, it's okay, because you can link off 2 of the tokens into Link Spiders to then link into Doublebyte Dragon. This monster cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters that aren't links, and it cannot be affected by monster effects that are not link monsters, which combined with the Buster Lock means it's just completely immune to monsters, period. They're gonna have to out it with a spell trap, which is going to be pretty difficult when you have the new addition of Proxy Dragon on the field. Proxy Dragon, when a card would get destroyed or cards would get destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy a card this card points to instead. So you can just pop your own Union Carrier. It actually links up perfectly because this has an arrow to the left and Union Carrier has an arrow to the right. So you will always be able to get this out whether you have to summon it off IP Masquerena or if you preemptively make it. And the cool thing with Masquerena is that since it's not really an activated effect, you can do it in response to like a Feather Duster or a Lightning Storm, but this is just going to make your Buster Lock indestructible. The only case where it's not going to work is if you get nuked with like a Raigeki or a Dark Hole or a Lightning Storm on all your attack position monsters. Then that won't work because it can't protect something that's going to be destroyed anyways. It's kind of a weird ruling. So that's why you really want to equip it onto an Armed Dragon, because these guys can get protected with Return of the Dragon Lords or Armed Dragon Lightning. Other additions to the deck that I included, I put in the Desperate Doom Eagle. This sees a lot of play in Tri-Brigade. Basically, when you're going second, you're going to make access code to wipe your opponent's board. You'll have enough material to make Union Carrier, and then you can equip the the access code with the Buster Lock since it's a dark attribute. And usually you were doing that with IP Masquerena, so he's indestructible. But what you can do is if there's a DPE in the graveyard, you can go into Doom Eagle instead, and you can put the Phoenix Enforcer in the grave back into the extra deck so he won't be special summoned the next turn. Sometimes it's even good to sit on this guy so they don't even get the Celestial draw. That is also an option depending on how much you can combo and still get the Buster Lock, but this guy is just really good and very easy to make considering all the Tomahawk tokens and Tomahawk itself are wind monsters. Some other additional stuff in the deck, we got the Knightmare Phoenix to pop back row, we got the Hieratic Seals because why not. I also took out the Pot of Prosperities in the previous builds. Yes, I know it makes your deck a little less consistent and you're going to brick a little bit more, but it's so worth it because when you're in a meta full of nothing but Sword Soul, you need something to negate their monsters. So 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler, and 3 Maxx to get 2 said Imperms and Veilers is pretty much going to guarantee you a win going second. That's what I really like about them. We also have Ash Blossom to protect ourselves from Maxx along with the Call by the Graves, and that is pretty much the entire deck. I'll have the list in the description below. Now I'm going to show you some combos in EDO Pro, and I'll show you a game or two on Master Duel. Alright, so this is combo number 1. All you need is Pile Arm Dragon access and whatever amount of discards you need to do it with. In this case, we have Catapult Turtle and 1 monster to discard. So we're going to normal summon the Catapult Turtle to get an Armed Dragon level 5 from the deck. Armed Dragon level 5 is going to activate his effect afterwards to discard the effect Veiler and go into Pile Armed Dragon since it is a level 7 Armed Dragon monster. We're going to activate the Pile Armed Dragon to send 5 from deck to grave as cost, and then that will trigger the Armed Dragon Thunder level 5 to search for a Tempest, the Dragon Ruler of Storms. We can then activate Tempest's effect to special summon itself by banishing the 2 level 5s in grave. And then we have 2 level 7s on the field so we can make Galaxy Tomahawk. Very important, make sure you summon it in the extra monster zone so you get its full value. We're going to activate its effect attaching the 2 materials, getting the Tempest back in grave, and special summoning 5 Battle Eagle tokens. I just can't believe this card is freaking legal in Master Duel, so fair and balanced. We're then going to link into IP Masquerena using the Tomahawk in one of the tokens. Then we can make the Union Carrier to the left of the IP Masquerena to get more link arrows. And because we don't have any kind of extender right here, we're going to use the 2 link spiders. So 1 token is going to go into a link spider, the second token is going to go into another one. And then from here, we can go into a Doublebyte Dragon and then activate Union Carrier to equip the Doublebyte with the Buster Lock. So our opponent is now locked out of the extra deck. We have IP Masquerena to link summon during our opponent's turn, and we have this mini towers. This is going to be your full turn 1 combo, the optimal end board. You could do this in a million different card combinations. It's pretty easy to do. You're going to do it quite often. But this is just an example. I'm going to use Artillery Catapult Turtle, Armed Dragon Thunder level 7, and Return of the Dragon Lords. So we're going to normal summon the Catapult Turtle and do what we did last time. Special summon the Thunder level 5 from deck and discard a monster with Thunder level 5. However, this time we discarded an Armed Dragon, so we're going to get a lot more value off of this. The Armed Dragon Thunder level 7 is going to search in the grave for an Armed Dragon Lightning. And then Pile Arm Dragon is just going to do the same thing as last time, sending the level 5 from deck to grave as costs, and then searching for a Tempest, the Dragon Ruler of Storms. Now, you can manipulate this so you have an Armed Dragon in your hand no matter what your hand is by discarding the Tempest and using Return of the Dragon Lords early. But I like to hold on to Return of the Dragon Lords just in case my opponent has Nibiru. It's never a bad idea. So in this case, I'm going to banish the 2 level 5s and special summon Tempest. Then we're going to do our Galaxy Tomahawk shenanigans. So go ahead and summon it in the extra monster zone. Activate its effect, attach the 2 special summon 5 Galaxy Tomahawk tokens. La-di-da-di-da. And then we can start link climbing. It's a lot of clicking. So we're going to go into IP Masquerena, linking off these 2, go into Union Carrier just like last time, but since we have the extender, instead of going for a Doublebyte Dragon, we could go into Proxy Dragon. So Proxy Dragon, when we would get Feather Dustered, Lightning Stormed, etc., instead of destroying our Buster Lock or our monsters or whatever, we're going to use Proxy Dragon to pop the Union Carrier instead, protecting your board. So that's going to make it very difficult to deal with. So then we're going to activate Return of the Dragon Lords and go for Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. And then we can activate Armed Dragon Lightning and then activate Lightning's second effect to add back an Armed Dragon from our grave to our hand. I'm just going to add back the pile and then we can go into Thunder level 10. So what is our end board here? Well, we got a couple of things. So we got the IP Masquerena, we have the Union Carrier, which by the way, go ahead and equip that level 10 with the Buster Lock. We have the Proxy Dragon protecting our Buster Lock and our monsters from destruction. And then we have the Thunder level 10 that cannot be destroyed by battle, cannot be taken control of, and cannot be destroyed by 2 card effects because we can send Lightning to the grave and we can banish the Return of the Dragon Lords to the grave, or we can banish it from the graveyard. Plus we get to pop a card with level 10 and the entire time our opponent's going to be locked out of the extra deck. Usually when you're making this board, there's like almost no way you're losing unless you get sphere moded like I did in Diamond 2. The last combo I'm going to show you is the going second combo. So if we're going second, we're probably hand trapping our opponent a little bit. And all you need is Pile Arm Dragon access, just like the first combo. So in this case, I'm just going to show 2 cards, the Catapult Turtle and the Effect Veiler, like the first combo. And then we're going to summon the level 5, discard the monster, go into the Pile Arm Dragon, and then activate Pile Arm Dragon to send level 5 from deck to grave as cost. And then we get to add Tempest from deck to hand. Yada yada yada, same old Tomahawk shenanigans. Activate Tempest effect to banish the 2 level 5s, go into Galaxy Tomahawk. And this is where things are going to get interesting once after we get into Tomahawk. So there's a couple of different things that you can do from here after summoning these tokens. Just let me click 1400 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if we're going second, you have a couple of options. You can go into IP Masquerena and then go into Knightmare Phoenix and then, like, you know, pick apart the board a little bit. But what I'm going to do and what I'm going to show you is, like, if our opponent has Phoenix Enforcer in the graveyard, I'm just going to link these 3 right off and go into Doomeagle and shuffle that back into their deck from the grave. Now, he won't have 4800 attack. That's just because this AI that has no cards has nothing in the graveyard. And then from there, you're going to make a Link Spider and go into Accesscode Talker, and the access code is going to target the Link 3 in the graveyard. From here, you have at least 2 Link monsters to start popping your opponent's cards on the field, and then you can go into Union Carrier and then equip the access code with the Buster Lock. Now, if you don't have to go into the Doomeagle, you can use IP Masquerena, Knightmare Phoenix, so you can have an indestructible access code talker, but I'm just prioritizing getting rid of the Phoenix Enforcer before making that. Alright, now I'm going to show you the deck in action. So we're going first. I'm going to normal summon that Armed Dragon Thunder level 3, activate its effect, send 5 from hand to grave. We're going to trigger the 5's effect in grave to search for Tempest, and then we're going to activate 5 to go into Pile Armed Dragon as usual. Then Pile is going to send level 7 from deck to grave, 7 is going to search for Armed Dragon Lightning. Then we're going to activate Tempest in grave to special summon itself, banishing 2 level 5s because you don't really need the level 5s in grave. We're going to Xyz in the Galaxy Tomahawk, big surprise. We're going to activate Tomahawk's effect, special summon 5 tokens, and a very obnoxiously long animation. We're going to link into the IP Masquerena, and then underneath that, link into the Union Carrier. and then link into Proxy Dragon. Now this might look weird to you guys because I didn't put it in the right zone. It's because this guy's freaking screen was flashing red for like the entire turn, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to lose to a greedy ass Nibiru. I'm gonna punish him and go into Apollousa. Fun fact, that was not a Nibiru in his hand. You'll see what is in his hand instead. We're gonna activate Return of the Dragon Lords and get back the Thunder level 7. Activate that lightning we added earlier. Use its effect to add back the Armed Dragon Thunder level 3. Fun fact, we didn't use level 3's effect yet from the graveyard, so we're gonna activate it after we summon our Thunder level 10. Look at that beautiful animation, by the way. My intro's still better though. Level 3 is gonna draw a card. What a monster top deck. We got the freaking monster Reborn. We're equipping the Thunder level 10 with the Buster Lock, and then we're gonna bring back that Proxy Dragon. So we have literally like the best board I could ever ask for. We have a 2-negate Apollousa, we have Call by, Maxx, Proxy Dragon, Thunder level 10, Buster Lock, and guess what? This card was Numeron Wall the entire freaking time, so I might as well negate it. Like, why not? This guy could have a Kaiju and just ruin my day, but it's gonna be his turn. Freaking degenerate Numeron players, man. He's gonna activate Terraforming, add that Numeron network. Luckily, that isn't gonna do much for him unless he has a way to out my Buster Lock, which doesn't look like he does because he's just going to end his turn. Level 10 is going to pop that field spell, gain 1,000 attack, and then we're just going to go in swiftly for game. I think I flex on him a little bit. We're going to add 1,000 attack, and then, yeah, he's just going to scoop. Alright, this time we're going second. Unfortunately, no hand traps. They're going to fire off the Prosperity Dig for 3 off the top of the deck, and guess what? They are on Sword Soul. How fun. They're going to add Skullmeister to their hand, kind of an interesting hand trap. He's going to normal summon Moye and special summon a token. He's then going to synchro into his big level 8 dude. Level 8 is going to search for probably... What did he search for? He searched for Blackout. And then he's going to reveal the big dude in his hand. I don't know half of these names, to be honest. I only know Moye. And then he's going to go into a Boron Wee Wee de Floor. And then he's going to set down, after burning me for 600, set down the Blackout. From here, we get the draw. I'm going to activate the Armed Dragon Flash, and then he's going to Ash that. I know he has Skullmeister in his hand, so there's another hand trap we have to dodge. So we have to dodge two pops, a Monster Negate and an Omni Negate. However, I do know that as long as I only have one card on the field, he can't double pop me. We're going to attempt to activate Pile Armed Dragon. Pile Armed Dragon is going to get negated and destroyed, and honestly, I was kind of counting on that because I still get the draw with level 3. He's going to Skullmeister that, thank God, honestly. I'm glad he meistered the draw 1 rather than like a special summon or a search. I'm going to activate Return of the Dragon Lords, special summon back the Pile Armed Dragon, and this is the interesting part. We just get to battle and crash into the Sword Soul Grandmaster. So what this play does is we get to protect our Pile Armed Dragon with the Return of the Dragon Lords, and he's going to lose this guy, which also turns off his Sword Soul Blackout because he needs a worm on the field. He no longer has a worm on the field, and we have the level 7 Pile thanks to Return of the Dragon Lord. We're going to activate Pile's effect to send 7 from deck to grave and add the Armed Dragon Lightning now that we're more set up. And then we're going to activate the Tempest to special summon it. And then we're just going to go back into degenerate Tomahawk plays. You already know how it goes. I'm going to special summon the 5 tokens, link into the IP Masquerena, link into Link Spider, link into another Link's, or no, we go into Knightmare Phoenix this time. I don't activate its effect because why would I waste a discard? And then I go into Accesscode. Accesscode's going to gain a bunch of attack. We're going to pop the back row. We're going to pop the Baron. And then from here, we can go into the Union Carrier, activate Union Carrier's effect, and equip that Accesscode Talker to the Buster Lock. And it's back to our opponent. I don't think they're going to have a way to out this with just one card. He's going to special summon his Tenyi and scoop. So there you have it, optimized Armed Dragons and Master Duel. Is it competitive enough to hit Diamond 1? Absolutely. Is it competitive enough to win a tournament? Probably not. The deck still has several flaws, even though the combo's busted, and it's good going first or going second. Even has that niche against Sword Soul where you can out their board with just one monster so you don't get blackouted. It still has some issues. You brick a little bit because it is a 2-card combo deck, and you don't have the luxury of running Prosperity without sacrificing your hand traps that are ever so important going second. You insta-lose to Nibiru, if people know what your deck is doing, if they understand that you're going into Tomahawk, 1 Imperm, 1 Veiler could potentially end your combo. Sometimes you're able to make the second Tomahawk and play through it, or at least make a Thunder level 10. But unfortunately, this deck is gaining popularity, and people are figuring out where to hand trap this deck. I've gotten Impermed on Tomahawk at least 2 or 3 times now. So definitely a gimmicky deck, I won't lie. It is a little bit of a gimmick, but it's not a bad gimmick at all. The end board is oppressive. It's great at going second. It's somewhat consistent. So if you really like Armed Dragons, if you like what you saw in this video, by all means invest in this deck. But if you just want the next best deck, just play Sword Soul, honestly. With all that being said, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, especially subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm about to hit that 2,000 milestone. That would be huge for the channel. And yeah, I'm gonna head out now, guys. Peace.